So this presentation is about our school, or my school, and it's from Kellon school. And there's also 5 other students from Kellon. I think you could raise your hands right now. So these are the students that come from Kellon, and these are some goals that we want to achieve in the following years. And in the center of it, we have like a catchphrase. It's like from Kellon to world, and which I'm kind of doing right here. And then the others are like the main goals that we want to achieve, and we use these goals to achieve the main one. And some basic information. We are a comprehensive school, and we have grades all the way from first grade to 9th grade. And we consist of 2 school units. We have the main building, Kellon, and then a few kilometers away from it, we have the Takkuranta. And we have about 680 students, and 590 of them study at the main building, the Kellon, and 90 of them study in Takkuranta. And as you can see on the map, we are located really close to Bothnian Bay, and we use that Bothnian Bay in like our teaching and learning and every stuff like that. And you can also see we are located in like lengthwise in the middle of Finland, and I think it's very good location for everything. You can go north and you can go south. The text is a little weird, but don't let it bother you. These are the UNESCO activities at our school, and the most recent one we had was this responsible clothing industry and the planning ecological smart city. And that's the clothing industry, and that's the planning the smart city. And these are all the different ones that we have had in the last years, and we will continue having them in the future. And since we are so close to the Baltic Sea, we have this Baltic Sea Day, and we have like special things that we do in the Baltic Sea Day. And for 1st to 6th graders, they perform activities from the John Nurminen organization. There's the homepage to it. And the activities are like tidying up beaches, doing handicrafts, everything like that. That suit the 1st to 6th graders very well. But when you get to 7th grade and middle school, you will have these multidisciplinary studies, and they are all related to Baltic Sea. And the subjects that come into it are chemistry, biology, arts, and home economics. And all these subjects somehow consist the Baltic Sea in it. The students examined the surface waters of the rivers that drain to the Bothnian Bay, and especially the rivers that drain to the Bothnian Bay. And this is a map of whole Finland and how good the surface waters are there. So this is the best one, and this is the worst one. And this is human-made, self-made. And you can see on the map, in the northernmost parts of Finland, the water quality is excellent, and you can basically drink out of any stream that you see there. But as we come closer to the east part of Finland, you can see the color change very much. Here it's like red, yellow, green, blue, and here it's almost all green and blue, except for that little part of there. But if you are, let's say you're hiking in the mountain area of Lapland, you can basically drink from any stream that you see. They are all clean. And this is the river, Kalimenoja, and it goes right next to our school. Our school is about right there. And the students that do the multidisciplinary studies, they examine the surface water of this. And this is how they do it. So first, they take a sample from the stream, and then they wash the sample, and it says preserve it with ethanol. But since we have so young students, we can't do that. So we just wash the samples, and then we sort them and get all the debris and all the trash out of there. And then we identify them. We don't always use a microscope. If we can identify them with our bare eye, then we will do it. And if they are a little smaller, we can use a magnifying glass. And if they are so small that you can't do it with those, then we'll use the microscope. And the microscope can also be used to just look at the samples. You don't have to like identify them. You can just look them and learn from it. And the results from the Kalimenoja are compared with results of Kuivasoja. And Kuivasoja is located right here. It's very much smaller river than this one is, but we still compare them because they both drain into the Bothnian Bay. And these are the researchers from the university that come and present us the methods of studying the underwater marine life of those rivers. And they are Dr. Kaisa-Leena Huttunen, Master of Science Iina Koivunen, and Dr. Essi Keskinen. And these results can then be utilized and used to save the marine life of the Bothnian Bay and the rivers that drain into it. And along with the identifying of the creatures, we also measure the pH, color, and foaminess. And those three are the chemistry parts, and the identifying the creatures is the biology parts. And these are the pictures from doing it. These orange suited guys are our students, and they are currently photographing the bottom of the Bothnian Bay. And you can't really see it well, but they have like underwater cameras that they're using to photograph the bottom of the ocean. And there's the Dr. Essi Keskinen, and she looks like she's having a sample from the sea, and she's going to do something with it. I'm not quite sure what she's doing with it. If you have any questions, right now you can ask them. I'm asking, and if I'm not capable to ask, we have our teacher who's more who has more knowledge than me, and she will probably know better than me. So if you have any question, just raise your hand and we will answer it. Okay, there seems to be no questions, so.
So did you find any differences from the Kuivasoja and Kalimenoja?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What
Kuivasoja is worse. It's a little bit worse than Kalimenoja, but Kalimenoja is not good either.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. This I want to just say, the Kalimenoja looks a bit like Aurajoki from Turku. They are both very brown, and especially in the Kellon area, the Kalimenoja is very brown. Yes, you had a question.
How much time do you spend in doing this?
The multidisciplinary studies.
Yes, it's like we use 3 hours for the
Invertebrates.
yes, those ones and 3 hours for chemistry work.
Okay.
Do we have any more questions? Okay, there seems to be no further questions, so I think I am done. Thank you.